Good afternoon, passport holders. Today, July 24th, 2017, making today day 997 of the vlogs. As you can see, the short, weird vlog from yesterday that included only 2 clips is being exported behind me. What's happened? Well, the answer is that despite not wanting to go to sleep, I fell asleep with my laptop on my lap out here around 3:45. Now, I'd done some work on one of the Gary talks that was positive, and so I was feeling pretty good about things. I woke up the first time at, I believe it was 5:30, watched a couple episodes of Big Brother, and then went back to bed around 8:30. So kind of what I suspect once I get to my full schedule will be my normal go to bed time. I then woke up around 3 o'clock, um, watched the end of the White Sox Cubbies game, last 2 innings of that, and then here we stand here. It's 4 o'clock now, and obviously vlog is edited. I did Clintus's captions from yesterday and today, got those all squared away. I still have yet to do yoga with Adriene, which I need to do, and obviously I got to clear these last 2 Gary talks so that I can tie that off. That stated, with it being 4 o'clock and me checking a bunch of these boxes already, I'm actually feeling pretty positive. Additionally, we have the Bachelorette here at 7 p.m., so I actually am going to go grab some beers. Next up, as one of the things I want to do, just to sit there and get it done, get it so that I can not leave the house again at that point. Enjoy the Bachelorette, get yoga with Adriene done beforehand, get the vlog edited, uploaded beforehand as well, and then get me to a point where I can kind of finish things off, be in a good spot, and ultimately, put me in a position where I can stay up tonight, hopefully get at least one of these 2 Gary talks done. Ideally, I'd get them both done. I think it's a possibility because of the dent that I've made, so I've got I think it's like 2 hours worth of content remaining between the 2 talks, and so, call it 3 to 4 hours worth of work. You pair that with the fact that I don't believe the Angels are playing today, so I don't have that distraction. But I know that I have my MLB premium pass, and so I can watch any game that I want as soon as it's over. So I don't know, guys. My back hurts, and I'm in a weird headspace on a couple of fronts, and I'm just trying to sort it all out. And I don't know. I'm super positive about things, right? I know that today my car will be paid off, which is pretty freaking huge, and I'm really proud of that. But it's one of those things where the money still hasn't come out, so it doesn't feel real. That'll happen tonight around 3 a.m. So I hope you guys are having a good start to your week. Good Monday as this is being recorded. Great Tuesday if you're watching on day of release. Let's get this one started. All right, guys, coming up at 7 p.m. at this point, and I'm actually in a pretty good spot, all things said and done. Vlog is done. Clintus's episodes from yesterday and today are both done. Yoga with Adriene from yesterday is done, leaving me with just the big two talks from Gary. So like I said, I've got about 2 hours worth of content. I should be able to get those done overnight tonight. But it is worth noting that more and more as I do research into building out a tool, that it's looking more and more like I'm going to do it. That's going to be the thing that I end up doing immediately, because if I'm able to build this in 3 to 4 weeks, I think I probably can, it will put me in an incredible position for getting new sales at the company. It's basically leveraging a bunch of public data that nobody's kind of pieced together at the company. And so the more research that I do into it, the more research I see that I can get the domain names, I can get the registration dates, I can get whether or not they're being blacklisted by Google. And so, I'm going to end up buying into a data set probably between here and the end of the month so that I can get all of July's data to kind of be my source data set, which should have something like 2.1 million records on it. And so that will be rad to be able to use that kind of as a base level to kind of understand what the actual data set is, because I have to actually clean a lot of that data in order to make it useful. So that's kind of it. That's kind of where things are at, guys. Obviously, with the Bachelorette starting here in about 10 minutes, I'll watch that. Fantasy Suite night, it looks like this time around. Potentially even meeting with families this year. She's doing it a little bit differently, it seems. And I'll probably make some dinner in there at some point. But yeah, that's that. Happy with the productivity of this afternoon, even though it was such a late start. But that's what I needed. And so, gotta get it going, gotta get it doing. Alright guys, it is 11:30 at this point, and there's part of me that just does not want to work today. And I've been trying my best to just get going since The Bachelorette ended, and it's just not happening. Like, so after The Bachelorette was over, I was just like, okay, cool. I'll eat a little dinner, have some soup. Maybe that'll make me feel better. Nope, didn't help at all. Sat there and then decided just, hey, I'll play some video games. Hour, whatever, we'll let it play. Ended up playing for 2 hours. And now that that's done, I'm like, I know I should work. There's part of me that knows that it's 11:30 at night. It's 65% humidity outside, so I'm basically swimming out there versus what I'm used to here in Arizona. So I can't go for a walk to try and clear my head. And I'm just kind of like in this position where it's like, what is up? Like, what is wrong right now that I need to fix? And I can't nail it down. And so it's super frustrating. Like, I want to finish these 2 videos that I have for Gary in order to just kind of get that off my plate. And then there's part of me that's like, these are 2 weeks old at this point. Who cares? The guys haven't posted my captions in over a month. So why am I stressing about it? I don't know. I'm in a weird headspace regarding that work, but I know I need to get it done. And then there's part of me that's like, well, I'm not going to get a day off 10 days in a row going forward. 10 nights. I can chip at that afternoons, evenings, when I get home from work, whatever, right? I can do that. That's easy enough to do. So take this time for me in order to take care of me. And since yesterday, I didn't really get a chance to do that. Like, I don't know. I'm frustrated. And maybe I need to make bigger changes, more massive changes in my life, but at the end of the day, it's just not there yet. So, super frustrating, trying to figure out what I can do in order to try and break me out of this, get me back into a good spot. Because right now, like, I'm just not in one. Like, I have limited self-control, it really feels like right now. And that, I think, is the more scary situation, is that if I am in that kind of environment again where I've got limited self-control and I'm just kind of going through the motions, then that's not going to be a good recipe for success. So, I don't know. I've got to figure it out, though, because I don't have the time to screw around on this 10-day consistent stretch. So, yeah, it is what it is. But off we go. Alright guys, just after 1 a.m. and at this point I've tried 4 different times in the last 2 hours in order to try and get me started, try and just start working just a little bit, and it just is not happening. Like, I have no motivation to finish these 2 hours worth of content. And at the end of the day, like, if I'm not motivated to do it, then I'm not going to do a good job. And to be absolutely honest, I don't want to go down that path. Again, with me having 10 days in a row and me having to go over to Ben and Kimmy's place tomorrow to do laundry, I really don't get an option. Like, I have to go to bed earlier than normal in order to be able to wake up and get down there no later than 10:15, so that I can then do my laundry, all that good fun, before the energy prices increase happens. It's getting to the point, though, that I'm going to have to figure out another solution, because going forward, me doing laundry at Ben and Kamie's place between here and whenever I move out of here is not an option if I'm getting off of work at 5:30 in the morning, getting home, we'll call it 6:30. there's not a clean option for me to be able to do laundry at their place when the rate increases are still in effect, which is all the way until November, which is when my lease is up here anyways. So I don't know if that's going to be a small apartment slash RV washer dryer system or what, but I've got to seriously begin to research it and figure out kind of what I'm going to do, because I can't have laundry being something that I don't do. And on top of that, I have to, non-negotiable, have to do laundry on my schedule in order for me to be able to maintain that going forward, and to do so when I'm not inconveniencing Ben and Kami as well. So I'm kind of in this weird situation right now. But it is what it is. So that's kind of where my head's at, what's going on, and kind of a weirdly depressing day. And I'm not a fan of it. Hopefully it's just a funk that is me working 10 in a row going forward. That is just kind of, I need to just grind through, for lack of a better term. This is the pre-hangover for those 10 days. But all in all, like, I just got to get to August 4th in my mind. Part of me wanted to do a camping trip that weekend, August 4th, August 5th, come back the afternoon of the 6th. As it stands right now, if I'm feeling this poorly, all I'm going to want to do is sleep, which wouldn't be the end of the world in my mind. But as always, guys, thank you so much for your time and your attention. I appreciate them both. And remember, you never stumble upon opportunity by standing still. So go do cool stuff. Bye for now.